So welcome everybody to F2 Math. Today we're going to be discussing rounding off, decimal places, and order of operations. So, guys, when we talk about rounding off, we're talking about significant figures. Okay, the use of significant figures is the way of rounding off a number. The use of significant figures is the way of rounding off a number. The term significant, it means important. So a significant number is an important number or figure. Okay, so let me show you in an example. I'm going to share my board. So for example, if it says 6,387 people went to see a basketball game. Write 6,387 to A, one significant number, and B, oh, not numbers, sorry, figures. Significant figures, and B, two significant figures. Now, just looking at the number that we have, 6,387, the first significant number, one significant number would be what? The most important figure in this number is the 6. Okay, 6 is the most important number. It has the most amount of words. It is worth 6,000. So the first significant number will be 6,000. Okay, 6 is said to be the first significant number in this figure. B, it says two significant figures. Now, the second most significant figure is 3 because it comes in after 6 and its value is 300. Agreed? Its value is 300. So 3 would be the second significant figure. So in this case, you only write the two most important figures, like the rest as zeros. So for the top one significant figure, it's 6,000, two significant figures, and our answer is 300. Okay, do you understand? Now let's do a few examples to work out this calculation. So I'm going to work a few examples. I'm going to do some with one significant number, two significant numbers, and some three significant numbers, just to give you an idea of how we round off. Okay, already you would have gathered that we're rounding off numbers in this instance based on the value. Okay, sharing my board with you again. Okay, so it says write each of the following numbers to one significant figure. So I'm going to write down a couple. So 6,320, 6.7, and I'll do H, 0,076. Okay, so let's look at the first one. Okay, the most significant number there would be 6, making it 6,000. 6,7 would be 7. And why? Firstly, this is a decimal number, okay? And you would have already learned about rounding up and rounding down. So it becomes 7. What about 0,076? What would be the most significant number in this number? The answer would be 0. The answer for this is 0, okay? Oops. The answer would be 0. Now this is for us writing the one significant figure. Okay, now let's do with two significant figures. So I'm going to do 6,845, 0,8756, and 82,48. Okay, let's look at our first number. What is the most significant number? Sorry, I'm just going to do that one. Oops. So what would be the most significant number in the first one? The two significant numbers in the first one, 6,845. So the second significant number in that is going to be 6,800. Okay, this would be 6,800. The next one is 4,62, and the two significant figures in that will be 4,62 will be 4,6. And then if I have to do 0,8783, the two significant numbers in that particular one is going to be 0. That's it. You'll see a pattern forming here. Okay, what about 3 significant numbers? Let's do 2 with 3 significant numbers. So I'm going to put down the number 87645. Which would be the 3 significant figures for that one? Okay, if you look at that, it will be 87,600. Okay, what about if I did this one, 0,8756? What would be the 3 significant numbers on that one? Okay, now we're talking about 3 significant numbers. So in this instance, the number will be 0,88. Okay, so that is rounding off. Now, let's do some examples about decimal places. Guys, decimal places, if you can remember, is another way of rounding off numbers, which you have already met. So you used to write a given number with decimal places. This refers to the number of digits written after the decimal point. So let's do an example. Okay, so I'm going to do an example here for you. Okay, it says the length of a model car is 7,864 centimeters. Write 7.864 to 1 decimal place. Draw a number line to help you. So we're going to draw a number line to help us. Okay, and that's going to be 7.9, and that's going to be 7.8. And somewhere in between here is going to be 7.864. And so 7.864 is closer to 7,9 than it is to 7,8. Therefore, so 7,86 will be written, for me to write it to 1 decimal place, my answer will be 7,9. Okay, now let's round off some of the numbers to decimal places. So I'm going to round off 6,37, 4.13, and 0,063. Now, how will I round these off to each of these to 1 decimal number? What would I need to do? Okay, the first one is 6. Yes? The second one is going to be 4. and the last one here is 0. Okay, that's to 1 decimal place. Now let's look at exercise 8.2b, and we're looking at number 2, and we got 2a. 4.383. And I need to round these numbers to 2 decimal places. So what would my answer then be? 2 decimal places. In this instance, it's going to be 4.4. Okay? Then I'm going to do another number, and we shall do 5.803. To do 2 decimal places, 5.83 will be 5.8. And then I will do one more, 3.899. To 2 decimal spaces, that will be 3.9. Now, let's do rounding off to 3 decimal spaces. Okay, so the first number I'm putting up is 0.00082. Then I'm going to put up 0.00467 and 3.4567. Now we need to round these off to 3 decimal spaces each. The first one, 0. The second one, 0. It's quite obvious. And the third one is going to be 3.46. 3.46. Now, to round off a certain number, decimal places or significant numbers look for the next digits. Okay? So, if that digit is 5 or more, we round up. If that digit is 4 or less, we round down. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. To round a certain number, decimal place, or significant figure, look at the next digits. If it is 5 and more, we round up. If it is 4 and less, we round down. Okay, so now we've worked a bit with rounding off figures, rounding off decimal numbers. Now we're going to work with order of operations. Now we've worked a few weeks with order of operations, so it's going to be quite familiar with you with what we are working off in order of operations. So firstly, we know that in order for our calculations to be worked out in order of operations, we work with BIDMAS, and we cannot possibly forget BIDMAS because it is brackets first, then index, division and or multiplication, addition and or subtraction. So let's work out the first one. If I say 4 plus 3 to the power 2 times 2. Okay, so what would we do first? In this instance, you're going to say the index or the power, the 3 to the power 2 is always going to be worked out first. So I'm going to say 4 plus 3 to the power 2 is 9 times 2. Okay, which is equal to 9 times 2 is 18. 4 plus 18 is 22. Now, let's do another one. Let's say 3, open brackets, 3 to the, 4 to the power 3 minus 7 to the power 2. The brackets in this instant would have to be worked out first, even before the index. So, how do we do that then? What are we going to say? We're going to say 3 multiplied by 4. Is that what we're going to say? We're going to first before we solve the multiplication, we're going to solve the brackets. 4 to the power 3. What is 4 times 3? What is 4 times 4 times 4? 4 times 4 times 4 will be 64. And 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, so now we've got that out the way. So before we go out again, we need to solve this bracket. We say 64 minus 49, and that will be 15. So we say 3 times 15, and 3 times 15 is 45. So just using BitMath, we can actually solve our order of operations. So now we're going to work a few more examples together. Okay, so 3 to the power 2 plus 4 to the power 2. Okay, guys, according to the BitMath, we first solve brackets and then we solve index. There's no brackets, so we go straight to the index. 3 times 3 is equal to 9, plus 4 times 4 is 16. Your answer, therefore, will be 25. 2 and 4 to the power 2 plus 5 to the power 2 minus 4, 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 2. First, we're going to solve our brackets. So we say 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 will be 25. Minus 4, open brackets again. But 2 times 2 is 4 plus 2 times 2 is 4. Now we're still solving brackets. So 16 plus 25 is 32. And 4 times 4 is 6. Oh, sorry. What am I doing? Sorry, guys. 2 times 16 is 32. 2 times 25 is 50. Minus 4 times 4 is 16. And 4 times 4 is 16. 32 plus 50 is 82 minus 32. And our answer here will be 50. Okay? So now, I hope you guys are understanding what I'm doing and you can see the order of operation and how easy it is and simple it is once you follow BitMath. I'm going to do one more example for you. And then if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, 1 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 2 minus 3 to the power 2 and 3. Okay, so firstly, we're going to solve all our index because with our brackets, so this within our brackets, so 1 times 1 is 1, plus 2 times 2 is 4, minus 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, then we're going to say 1 plus 4 minus 9. So for us to work this out, we have to do to the power 3. So 1 plus 4 minus 9 is equal to minus 4, but we need to do it to the power 3. So we need to say minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, which is basically minus 4 times minus 4 times minus 4, which will then equal to minus 64. Okay. How are you guys finding this? Are you understanding? Is there anybody unsure of how we are doing the order of operations? Okay, guys, we're going to do one more order of operation and then I'm going to recap on rounding off, decimal places, and order of operation. And then if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, so let's clear out this board. So if we have to calculate 5 to the power 2 minus 4 to the power 2, once again, we're going to go straight into the brackets. We say 5 times 5 is 25 minus 4 times 4 is 16, close brackets. That 25 minus 16 is equal to 9. 9 to the power 2 is equal to 81. And that's how you solve that. Okay. So let's quickly round off, guys. So we say significant, rounding off is significant figures. The use of significant figures is the way of rounding off a number. The term significant means important. Okay, so a significant figure is an important figure, and I worked out how we work with significant numbers. And another way of rounding off a number is we said we use decimal, we write it in a decimal form. This refers to the number of digits that is written after the decimal number. We said to round off a certain number in decimal places or significant figures, we look at the next number. So that will help us. If it is more than 5, we round up. If it's less than 4, we round down. Okay, and then we spoke about order of operations, and we said using Bitman helps us through working out order of operations. We know we solve brackets first, index, division, and or multiplication, and then finally addition and subtraction,